which is something Sheila got in on a plane within 48 hours. That is something Sheila normally never did, unplanned like that. And tracked him down and sat in his pasture, and we talked by phone, and we ended up leasing him from Nicole Messick for a year. We bred some mares to him, and then we purchased him a year later. And he has really added to our program. You saw a lot of his babies out there in that arena today. Just a lovely, kind horse. And at 23, he has wonderful semen. It's just that we're dealing with his back legs, but we have a handle on it. Horse is number one. So we took him off the breeding list for 2 weeks and collected him yesterday, and he did pretty well. We were all up there watching it and making sure that he wasn't going to hurt himself, and it went pretty well. But if you guys are thinking about breeding to this horse, you need to step up and get it going. I am doing discount breedings. I have a little board over there. His normal breed fee is $2,000. It's $1,750 throughout the weekend. $250 booking deposit, and you can make 12 monthly interest-free payments or half down the first breeding, first shipment, and the remainder of the balance when the mare is 60 days in full. So give him some cheers. He loves that. Yeah, pretty cool horse, this one. And if you go through the barns, you will see a lot of his babies. Some of them out in the arena, some of them just in stalls and out in the fields. If you have any questions, our staff is willing to take you out, to help you answer questions. We've had 16 foals, and the colts are leading at the moment, but we're going to hope that changes. But we got some cute babies. We have babies by Major Mac, Audacious. We have some clients here that are bred to some outside stallions. So lots of really nice babies, and they're kind of scattered everywhere. Christy, breeding manager, my assistant, she bred to her mare to Julian El Jamal by Poison Seaman last year and has the cutest little filly. I'm thinking she's out here in the front, but I'm not positive, but she is something. And out of an Audacious daughter that Mary Seipel bred and Christine Outlands. So here we go, Audacious. Yep, I know. Yay! 23 years old. And that's why his neck is shaved, is because of his back legs. The last couple of weeks that we've been fighting a little infection in there, and but he's doing much better. Had a lot of eyes on him, making sure of that. Yeah, give him a hand. Give him Mike. Boy, how's this weather today, huh? I mean, it's beautiful, but it's a tad warm. Does anybody have any questions or anything they'd like to ask me about the farm or anything about the stallions, the horses? Was he ever ridden? He was back in his early days. Not here. He wasn't ridden here. He was shown at halter. I think when he was with Stan Keeter in Washington, they broke him and rode him up there. I've never seen a picture of him under saddle, so I'm guessing he was just broke, not ever shown under saddle. Pretty sure of that. But there's some really pretty halter pictures ever since he was a baby. Yeah, if any of you have not been on our website, that is one of the things I've done in the last year and a half is revamp our website. And it's pretty cool. I've had a lot of help with it. There's a lot of great stories and a lot of great information on there. Okay, so the next horse we're going to show you, I believe, is the popular guy. Yeah, both of them. Here we have Jaime and Major Mac. Yeah, give them a hand. Lester Buckley really made this horse famous when he did that ride out in the Biddle where the video is filmed for Sheila. That was something she meant the world to her, and he did. And that video and everything has just swept through the Arabian horse world, and not just the Arabian horse world, because I've bred a lot of quarter horses and half Arabs to this horse, It was Sheila's wish that he would never go into the show ring. Oh boy. Now, what horse would do? Look at this. How about that right there?
That's pretty cool.
What does that tell you? And really, his babies are the same way. He is a solid horse. He really is. And so he won't go into the show ring. He will be ridden in the hills. Jaime does some great, I see he has his rope. I'm so glad. Got to show you what Jaime does on this horse. And anybody who's at Scottsdale saw it, and it was a hit. And it's just kind of fun. You know, Desperado never went to the show ring. We weren't sure we would ever own another stallion that didn't have to go into the show ring, but this is Major Max, 6 generations of her breeding, and he will just stay here and will be ridden out in the hills and breed mares and get turned out, and Jaime rides him every other day. It's a cool life, and he's bred more mares as a 5-year-old than any other Arab stallion living right now. Desperado is close, and but Major Mac, 25 is a 2-year-old, 46 is a 3-year-old, and 77 I think is a 4-year-old. So lots of babies. His stud fee went up to $1,850 this year, and this weekend it's $1,600. Same thing applies to $50 booking deposit, 12 monthly interest-free payments, or half down the time of breeding or first shipment. You have 3 years to use this breeding, so you have 17, 18, 19 to use this breeding. Well, that's pretty cool, huh? Jaime really hasn't done this with a horse out with besides Desperado, so just it's cool to see. He reminds me, you know, Abby was the only stallion that I did not meet in person since I've worked here. And when I look at this horse, Huckleberry Bay is what comes to mind. But really, if you think of all of the other five generations, you can see a piece of each one of them. He came into our lives at the perfect time. McClintock became infertile, and Sheila had to bring him out of the hills, and we were just like, oh my gosh, look at what we got here. And he came at the perfect time. If any of you have not seen the Lester Buckley video, he has a poster and a video there that he is willing to sign. He is going to ride him in the Under Saddle Clinic this afternoon and do a presentation on him. How many of you were at Scottsdale? Oh, so you saw, boy, was that a hit. You know, and that was kind of a last minute decision on my part, was to take him over there. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made, because he didn't have to go to the show ring, but he was able to be exposed and people to see him, what a great horse he is. And then Jaime got to fly for the first time. So it was a win-win. So I don't know if he'll go back next year. I don't know. I'll probably figure that 2 weeks before February 16th. But I'm so happy that it happened. And if any of you are familiar with the Sheila Varian Perpetual Trophy that was presented in Scottsdale and will every year for the stallion class, the sculptor Carol Flinchel took this horse and that video that was done in the middle and sculpted that trophy. And it is absolutely glorious. And if you want to see it, the museum is open and the trophy is just right at the door. Yeah, give him a hand. This horse just looks great tacked up. He's 15 hands. He's like a little hair over, but we just say 15 hands. So it's not 15.1, it's not 15 really and a half, 15 and a quarter, something like that. Okay, Jaime, thank you so much. So you'll see him again out in the Under Saddle Clinic with Lester. We had a real nice colt born the other night of an Enzo daughter. I'm not sure where she is. Alamodina, so you can track her down. Chris will know, Shelley will know. Very, very beautiful colt. Diane Peltek that's here, she has a mare that had a really nice colt also, and he's up in a pen. But now we have the Seeker, and this is an interesting horse. So this is Audacious Son. He's an outclass for us. I had him for sale. Well, of course you'll have. You should probably go ahead and sell this horse. And so I thought I would. And then at the end of last year, I decided, you know what? I want to keep him. I want to breed some mares to him. And so that's what we're doing. Jaime started it. He's beautiful, beautiful under saddle. Not so sure about those tablecloths, but getting a show. We should bring these tablecloths out when we have a photo shoot.
It's low effort.
Yeah. He's been showing at Scottsdale. Keith Christie showing him halter, and he was, I think it was reserve or second, and then top 10. He was showing as a yearling and a 2-year-old. But we haven't had a chestnut here standing for, gosh, I'm going to say 20 years. Baelation, Hexter, and it's been a long time. So that's kind of fun. We have mares and foal to him, and I've sold 8 breedings to him. His stud fee is $12.50 introductory, but it's $1,000 this weekend, and the same thing, $250 there monthly payments. But I think this horse is going to be special. I hope that he will be shown in the AWPA next year in Tulsa as a 4-year-old. But he has to go into the showroom. He has to go with the trainer and be shown. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I haven't decided that. I don't know, but he won't stay home like Major Mac.
Just bring him to Scottsdale at least.
Maybe next year. It was so much fun. Maybe I'll bring both of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. Very different. Yes, he is. I don't know if any of you... Yeah, give him a hand. If you remember Santino, Ashley Isla bought him and full brother. He's been out there in the show ring. That mare's done well for us. Last year I bred her to Major Matt. Before Sheila passed away, her and I kind of went through the breeding book, and she gave me some ideas. But mostly she told me that she really believed in that I would pick the right stallion for the right mare and just to go for it. So it's kind of what I did. Kind of talking to her up there along the way, but I'm kind of, that mare, I'm really anxious to see the foal by Major Mac and see what we got there. Bred her to Julian, and then we bred her to Audacious for several years, so now it's going to be a little different. So if you're interested in any of these stallions, breeding-wise, whatever, please talk to me. Yeah. Like, what is that? Thank you, Mike. Well, in this spot today, I would have shown you always the Julian. But this morning, he went to Alamo Pintado he was colicky. And we've been dealing with it off and on for the last couple of days. It's been mild, but it worries me. You know, it just worries everybody. So today, and he's not owned by me, he's owned by the Chisholms, Palmetto Arabians, who are my trustees. 2 sets of trustees Sheila left to help me through this. Frank and Sarah Chisholm and Doug and Sue Herthel. Doug and Sue Herthel own Alamo Pintado. And so Frank and I, just out of a whim, I don't know what brought it up, but I got the courage to say, wow, would you lease me always a Julian? So I had a Julian colt to breed to. And he had, sure. I'm like, really? All right. So I picked him up from Scottsdale. He hauled him out from South Carolina to Scottsdale, and I brought him home. And I presented him. We had a luncheon here from the California Range and Trust a couple weeks ago, and it was pouring rain. We did a presentation in the barn, and Heidi rode him. And it looks so beautiful. I wanted to share this with you today. But if he's doing well, Dr. Rick said that he would release him in the morning and we could bring him home if he was doing well. And then tomorrow, hopefully at lunchtime, we'll present him under saddle. So the next stallion, we've only had him, it's Emphasis DDF. I'm going to let Nedra Johnson talk about him because he's owned by Carol Steppe, Daydream Arabians, and he just came in on Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Today's Saturday. But she knows this horse. She's spent a lot of time with him, and he's in here to be trained with Jaime, and also he's going to breed some mares that were booked to him and stand its head. So I'll let her introduce him.
Hi, I'm a little nervous. Those are big shoes to fill and talk after, but this is Emphasis DDA. Carol Steppe of Daydream Arabians bred him. He's by her stallion Significance, who was reserve national champion, who's never stood to the public before this season. Jeff Shaw has leased him now and has sold a bunch of breedings to him. And he's out of a Julian daughter, so he's like family here. The Julian daughters, for whatever reason, because Carol and Sheila were friends, or just because have been a really magical cross with Sheila's program. It's just always kind of worked. And the Julian daughter he's out of is really special. She's out of a strike daughter named Like Magic that's out of a Four Winds mare. And I happen to know Like Magic, who is this white mare with these huge black eyes. So I have a lot of attachment to this wonderful stallion, and it was always my dream that when they had room for him, he would come and Jaime would be able to ride him, because he's the best. And so I'm glad he's not shy. He just got here a couple days ago, so I was worried he might need some time, but it's like he's settled right in. And so we're really excited. He's just been bred. Evergreen Arabians bred their Pianissima daughter to him twice. Bart at Algessimia has bred to him a few times. So he's been really lucky to have a few great mares and has had outstanding babies. Stella Bella Arabians in Texas has bred that mare Martini time to him. And we're just really excited about the foals. They all have a lot of size from show pace, big beautiful eyes, a really pretty front end. So we're just excited for this opportunity for him to be here. It's a great, great honor.
Thank you. Yeah, give him a hand. This is a beautiful horse. And he has settled in. I mean, he literally just got off the trailer here on Wednesday. I think this is the first time, maybe the second time Mike's handled him. And Carol Steppe couldn't be here today, which I was hoping she could this weekend, but she had some other commitments. She now lives in Texas. She doesn't live down in San Ynez anymore. I saw a picture of this horse's mother, and wow, she's just beautiful. Thank you, Mike. So his country is 1,500. We're doing a special. It's just like we did with all the stallions, 1,250 this weekend, 250 booking, and the same monthly payments. Always a Julian is the only one that doesn't have an event fee or a multiple mare discount. He is 2,500. That's and we honor that for them. Anybody have any questions, or is everybody ready to get their saddle horses? Because it's a little bit of a process, this next one. By the time we all get rolling, get everybody tagged, get out there into the arena. Everybody good? Okay. Rock and roll and get something to drink before you head out there.